I'm so glad that we're doing this. I'm so glad to spend this time with you.
Me too.
I've shared my story with a number of women's groups that I've worked with, because I call it dreaming or envisioning.
Yes.
When
Yes.
I am trying to encourage individuals to connect with the femme.
Yes.
Plain as I remember it, when you and I were talking, you said, what are you dreaming about? What are you dreaming for? What are you yearning for? And I don't think I've had a bigger blank in my whole life. You said, like, what are your dreams for your life? I think I literally said, I don't understand the question. like, I what do you mean? Dreams for me, and it was this, and you explained and you nudged me, and I went home and I drew it out on a big piece of paper. I said, well, I need big dreams, so I need a big piece of paper. I wrote in big words, and then I had nothing.
Right.
And I was stunned. I was stunned that I had nothing, because I'd done all this personal work. I considered myself to be pretty something, something developed and aware of myself. Self-aware. I just really thought that I sort of was connected to myself already. And that was like it was almost like being hit by a truck. I said, what? And then I sat there and I scraped bottom trying to like put some things on that piece of paper. I was like, well, the beach and a guitar and a partner and this and that. And while those things are great, when I was all done with like what I thought I was supposed to dream about and dream for, it was still that. It was what I thought I was supposed to want.
Right.
It wasn't me. And
exactly. It's still based on what does my tribe want for,
It was a perfect bill of sale. I was like, oh my God, this is what I've been told that I am and what I want and how I'm supposed to be. I still have this huge piece of paper and I look at it and it doesn't stir anything in me.
Right.
Because the things that I want, after spending 2 years trying to figure out who I am and what I want, seems like the simplest question I ask women. I'm going to ask you the hardest thing ever. Who are you? And they're like, tell me who you are in essence in 3 words. Not what you do, not your relationships to other people, you. And it paralyzes people. Because it should be, we think it's the easiest question, and it is one that we have never touched for most of us in our whole lives. And so after
in human history, no, it's an awakening energy on the planet. It's the
things that I want seem to be sort of really quirky and bizarre, and maybe I shouldn't tell people that I want those things. But when I look at that list, it gets me excited because it's
exactly.
It looks like me, right?
Yeah, and you can feel it. It's that life energy. It's like really touching. Yeah.
And navigating that, right? Like, sort of, it's separating from your tribe and the expectations of the acceptance of who you're supposed to be and the safety of being part of that group. When you step out and say, actually, I don't want a newer car. I want something that you've never conceived of.
Exactly.
Now that is scary. That's super scary because it's almost like spitting in the eye of your tribe.
Exactly.
Will I survive?
Because that pattern, that pattern is the way the tribe gives and receives love in whatever form it takes. And so for me to say something different, Is it, do you not love me? Are you not? Yeah. And so it really, it does shake the foundation.
Like looking through your window into the garden in your backyard, like, what do I want more than anything? I want to grow stuff.
Yeah.
Do I want $1 million? No. I want like a raised bed, period. Yeah.
And so the awakening of the femme is shifting the power dynamic from predator prey to a more cooperative power dynamic. Yeah. And so in survival consciousness, the masculine holds a greater hierarchy over the feminine
And you mean the masculine energy?
energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Because, you know, because that the providing, the protecting, the physical, that's the physical. Because spiritual process then is the development of realizing it's not just physical, it's just not reacting to the physical environment outside, but it's really creating this connection to something deeper inside. And it's developing that. So it's not, we didn't lose it. We didn't, you know, we're not trying to get it back. It's developing it. Yeah, so the nature of the human spirit, the nature of all life is to grow and to become more and more networked and more complex as it moves into union, right? From separation to union. Yeah, so personal growth is just this constant process of expansion. And so you, in particular, you're one of those spirits that really wants to grow. You're like one of those spirits that's on the forefront of growth, imagination, creativity, right? Yeah, yeah, you are. You are. That's who I work with. That's who I work with. So the majority of people on the planet cannot be there. When you're in survival consciousness, you cannot be thinking of, you're not out on the forefront of creativity and the mystery. No, you are worried about, are my children safe? Am I safe? Is there water? Do I have food? Do I have shelter? Right? That's survival consciousness. And that's the majority of people on this planet. So people in industrialized countries in particular, and they also have this, that spiritual edge. That's not everybody. We are the ones that are the pioneers. We are the ones that kind of play in with that mystery. We play with the unknown. And what I in my research, I compared biological evolution. So I really looked at bacteria and how bacteria has gotten more and more complex life forms in the 4.3 billion years of evolution, and cultural evolution and spiritual transformation. So I just got to see this pattern of how creation works. So when you asked, were you in crisis? Did I see something that maybe you didn't see? What I saw is your spirit wanting more.